Let me start the recording. I'm not sure how much of it we will end up using, but just in case recording is there. So this event is slightly different to the ones we usually hold. Usually we do some sort of a PowerPoint presentation, some kind of demo. This one is a bit different. We wanted to do the live demo and as well as public access for hosted SAS Via 4 and hosted by our team at Analytium and branded as MySASteam. And what's going to happen, I'll introduce Stefan. Stefan will walk through a bit of what the Via can do, and we also will share access to the actual instance of Via with a URL and login password. I wonder it's going to be an admin account that when you log in, you will have a chance to log in as a normal user or admin. But if you decide to explore the admin, as many people interested in administration of Via 4, don't change any settings. The Via will stay up for about a couple hours. So you'll have a chance to explore the software, explore what it can do, repeat the exercise that Stefan will show, and ask any questions. So without further ado, Stefan, over to you.
Thank you, Vasily, and welcome everyone. Let's start first with a quick preview of the agenda for our event today. First, as Vasily mentioned, I will introduce SAS Via 4 and some of its application and features that can enhance your analytical journey. During the demo, I will show how you can easily import and prepare data, then how you can explore quickly the data and build some interactive report and dashboard. Then we will create a machine learning model pipeline. We'll compare several models and choose a champion model. And as Vasily mentioned, you will have 2 hours approximately to try to implement the same exercise or try do some different things with the data that is in the platform. Just give me a second. I need to minimize something. Yeah. So to transform a world of data into a world of intelligence, we need to bring analytics to everyone and everywhere. This is why why SAS Via. This is what SAS Via tries to bring to everyone and everywhere. Just imagine this: that everyone in your organization is actively using data to make better decisions. We're entering a low-code, no-code era. Through drag and drop interfaces, we give those with the ideas and deep business domain understanding the power to run various scenarios, to explore what ifs, without always having to go through IT or data scientist expert. And as for everywhere, we want to bring analytics wherever data is, which means we need to enable analytics across all data environments: on-premise, cloud, hybrid, through APIs, in real time, in database, on server, on edge. Why should we care about this? You might have heard the following: data without analytics is value not yet realized. And IDC estimates that average connected person will have about 4,800 interactions with connected devices by 2025. And this is on a daily basis. This gives you the chance to provide the right product or the best answer to make the engagement with your customers, with your brand, not only frictionless but inspiring. But without some form of analytics behind those interactions, the value will be marginal at best. So that's why we need analytics for everyone, everywhere. And who is everyone? SAS Visual Data Mining and Machine Learning, for example, enable data scientists, statisticians, citizen data scientists, and business analysts to utilize analytical data preparation, variable transformation, or exploratory analysis, analytical modeling, integrated model comparison, and scoring, all inside an integrated visual environment. SAS Via gives every user that works in the analytical lifecycle, a state-of-the-art collaborative environment. They can easily combine the analysis of structured and unstructured data to maximize insight from the data. SAS Via democratizes analytics and enables everyone in the organization to participate in the process. So what do we need for robust model analytics? Model analytics. SAS Via 4 provides capabilities first to accelerate the data preparation process, as it's the most time-consuming task in the analytical project. Basic algorithms can be used as a benchmark to quickly get an idea about the relationship in your data, while more advanced algorithms empower us to make more precise predictions and fact-based decisions. SAS Via provides you with capabilities for fast and precise machine learning or deep learning, text analytics, forecasting, risk modeling, optimization, just to name a few. Not all AI works as advertised, leaving many, if not most projects in the sandbox. With SAS Via, you can use proven AI to operationalize analytics and find hidden opportunities before your competition. SAS Via is automated and cloud native. I just heard something pop up. So rigid systems and manual processes are very expensive and produce inconsistent results. With Via, you can balance cost and agility with a cloud-native platform and built-in automation of many of the manual and complex steps in the whole analytical lifecycle that enables you to strengthen your operations. The abundance of data and complex, computationally intensive problems can strain systems and delay results. And a lack of checks and balances error trust and slow decision-making. Massively parallel processing delivers results in seconds, not in hours with SAS Via. Plus, built-in governance makes your decision repeatable, explainable, transparent, and trustworthy. SAS Via is a powerful cloud-enabled in-memory analytics platform that supports faster, elastic, scalable, and fault-tolerant processing for huge amounts of data to address complex analytical challenges. A unified analytical environment with a standardized code base support programming in SAS, as well as open source like Python, R, and Lua. This augments users' analytical analysis with SAS, providing a truly open experience. And last, SAS Via is a democratized, to support the entire life cycle. Complex, fragmented process spread across different systems gives power to just a chosen few. With SAS Via, which democratize data and analytics so that everyone can make faster, more confident decisions. Via will help you unify disparate technology skills and processing with end-to-end capabilities powered by automated AI. SAS Via actually gives you the advantage of shared access to projects, low, no-code user interfaces, open source, or SAS programming, APIs to support application access. You will benefit from full collaboration, skills, and expertise, easily surfaced in operational systems, hire a wider variety of analytical talent, and everyone can make data-driven decisions. The main value of SAS Via is that it integrates all necessary solutions for the execution of the entire analytical lifecycle at scale. Here on this slide, you can see all the steps in the SAS analytical lifecycle. First, you import, prepare, and explore data. Then you build and test the model. After that, you put it into production. For this purpose, you register and deploy the model to business users, so business users can build their fact-based decisions using the insights delivered by the model. In this way, SAS Via helps you to operationalize the output of your models and empower you to take actions and get the results that accelerate the value generated by your business. Moreover, SAS Via enables you to seamlessly monitor and assess the performance of your models over time. And when needed, as a result, for example, of changed customer behavior, SAS Via helps you quickly and efficiently retrain them or replace them with new models which reflect the changed situation. In this way, SAS Via empowers you to always sustain competitive advantage and accelerate your business value. Today, I will provide you with a holistic overview of some of the foundational tools of SAS Via that empowers you to teach to do the whole analytical lifecycle. SAS Visual Data Mining and Machine Learning consists of data mining tools that enable you to build and put into production predictive models. It includes capabilities for data preparation, where you can inspect the data quickly and put data into the needed consistent format. Then we have the data exploration and interactive visualization tools, which helps you to get the first insights from your data. The interactive visualization tool also enables you to present the results from your analysis in a comprehensive and easy to consume dashboards and reports. And of course, you have the machine learning predictive analytic tools, which include many state-of-the-art techniques, giving you the power to get smart insights from your data. SAS Via also provides seamless deployment and management capabilities. SAS Via just democratizes analytics and makes it accessible to everyone in your organization thanks to the beautiful, interactive and well-guided visual drag and drop interface and the programming interface is an open API. SAS Visual Data Mining empowers you to share your data, projects and reports and collaborate with your team so you can boost your productivity. And the governance element enables you to create and administrate user roles, set up data connections, databases, view logs, and other important projects, governance tasks. And before we start, before I demonstrate these capabilities in practice, a few housekeeping words. Here you see the URL and the username and the password that you can use to log into the platform. When you log in, you can choose to be a SAS administrator. This will give you the opportunity to see all the tools and features of SAS Via. But as Vasily mentioned, just be careful not to change something in the configuration of the platform. Also, if you want, you can upload your own data, but please don't upload any sensitive data. And the platform will be available for 2 hours. Now, as I mentioned, we will start with import and prepare of the data. Then we will see how we can visually explore data and build some visual, using the visual interface of Model Studio, build some models. Give me just a second to change my screen. Okay.
While Stefan is getting ready, if anyone has any questions about SAS Via, pop it in the chat, either for everyone to see or to me direct. If you have any questions about the administration or the infrastructure that's running on the back, that's not going to be part of the demo. Just pop the question in the chat. Again, I will get back to you. If not straight away, then after the event.
Okay. Let me log in. Once you log in SAS Via, you will see the SAS Drive application. This is the application where you can organize all of your work. You see tabs here for projects, for reports, for machine learning models, or some SAS code programs. Everything can be well organized in these tabs. For example, I created several, I have several objects here. For example, this is my paper area plan. a preparation plan. And if I click on an object, I can see on the pane on the right side, for example, some of the metadata, or who is this project shared with. I can share the project with one or more people, or whole groups. This is one way to collaborate with your colleagues. Or you can write comments here and discuss the project or the model or the preparation plan with your colleagues. If I want, I can pin this preparation plan in this quick access area, so I can access it very quickly and don't search for it the next time I log in SAS Drive. I already pinned it here, and when I double click on this, I will go to SAS Data Studio, where I can prepare my data. You can also use the application menu from the upper left corner. When you open it, you can see all the actions that you can do in SAS Via, and you will see all the applications which your administrator has configured and gave you access to access. I can click here on prepare data, and I will go to SAS Data Studio, or I can just double click on this plan that I have created, and it will be opened in SAS Data Studio for me. It takes a little bit more time, I guess, because of the internet connection while we are on the call to open. So once you open SAS Data Studio, this is the drag and drop application for where you can very easily prepare and quickly prepare your data. In the middle of the screen, you will see your input data with all the variables. You can see the metadata, all variables with the type, the length, the format of the variables. On the left side, you see several buttons here. You can see some information about the input data, the number of columns, rows, etc. Who created or modified this data set, where it is located, etc. You can see all the different transformation that you can do with this data. You have many column transforms, data quality transforms. You can append, join data, and more. Even if you are familiar with SAS coding, you can add a custom code to prepare your data. Although it's a visual and drag and drop interface, you can combine it with coding, which is a great feature of SAS Data Studio. I want to draw your attention to this suggestion button here. This is AI built feature in SAS Visual in SAS Data Studio. So you can get suggestions. When you click on this button, the artificial intelligence will run through your data, and it will suggest some various manipulations that you can do with your data to prepare it. For example, I chose impute because there was some missing data, and when you can double click on it, and it will appear here. So it generates some code where you can impute your data. I also so a few words about this data. This data aims to predict whether someone who is applying for a loan will default, or he will be a good client. And the target variable is this bad variable. It has two values, 0 and 1. 1 means the loan will default. And because we want to analyze this data and predict what if a loan will default or no, we can add even a unique, analytical partitioning in SAS Data Studio while we are preparing your data. And I added this transform here to my data preparation plan. And the partitioning will be based on the BAT variable. You can choose to divide your data between training, validation, and test data. And once you have added all the different transforms to your data, you can first validate the plan. The plan was successfully validated, there are no errors, and then you can run the plan. I already have done this, and just because I want to save time, because sometimes during the call loading takes more time, I will go to the next step. So once you have saved your plan, by the way, you can reuse this plan. As I show you, I had this data preparation plan in SAS Drive, and you can share your data preparation plan with your colleagues. So this is another way you can collaborate with your colleagues, and many people can use the same preparation plan. You can run it when you have new data with the same variables, the same features. So this is how you save time and speed up the process in the analytical journey. Once I have saved the plan and the output data, I can go to actions, and from save table, I can choose whether I want to build a model or first to visualize and explore the data. When I click on explore and visualize the data, it will take me to SAS Visual Analytics. I already loaded this screen here just to save time, and yet it's loading a little bit during the call. And this will directly open it will open actually SAS Visual Analytics, and in the beginning you will have this white screen. This is the canvas where you build your reports. So here you have several things to look at. On the left side, you have the data button where you see your data with category variables or measure variables. You see, for example, that the job variable has 6 unique values. For the category variables, you can add more data to combine several data sets. For example, when you build your report, etc. On below the data tab, you have objects. These are all the various, as you see, there are a lot of possibilities here. You can create list tables or bar charts, graphs. You can add maps, and you can have you can create some visual statistics. Many features to explore and analyze your data in SAS Visual Analytics. At the bottom, you see some templates that you can start with just to make it easier and faster to explore your data. And I already used the third template here. I just, for example, if you click double times on it, and it populates the canvas, and you start adding your data. I added data here so you can see the reason for defaulting the loan. You can see the frequency of BAT and of defaulted and not defaulted loans. You can see you can use controls, so you can filter your data by job title, job function, for example, and you can link all these objects by creating actions between the objects. If you create, you can click on create automatic actions between all objects. And for example, after that, when I choose sales and office, this will interactively filter all the data and objects in the report. So you can narrow your analysis and focus on specific segments of the data. Also, I want to draw your attention again to this suggestion button bar. You can refresh the suggestions. Again, the artificial intelligence built in SAS Via provides you with suggestions of objects to analyze your data. And if I choose a data, I can bring it into the canvas, and I have this speed ups the process of your analysis. Let's say I want to show you a few more things which speed up the analysis of your data thanks to the artificial intelligence that is built in SAS Via. For example, when you click on the bed variable, our target variable, and right click with your mouse button, you can choose to explain this variable on the current or a new page. I click on this, and here is the result. Automatically, SAS Via creates these objects, this sheet with various objects on it that explains what are the factors that are most related to this bad defaulted loan. You can choose to explain when a loan will not default or when loan will default by clicking on 0 or 1, which are the values of the bad variable. We're interested in the event of default, so I click on 1, and then I see the factors that are most related to bad, that influence the most loan to default. And when you click on one of these bars, for example, if I click on loan, this is the value of loan that someone has. You see on the left side, on the right side, what is the relationship between bad and loan. And you can see, for example, if someone has a loan between 7,500 and 12,500, what is the frequency of defaulted and not defaulted loans. Also, below the factors that are most related to bad, you see what groups based on the loan by chance of bad being one. This is again created by the artificial intelligence of SAS Via. It creates a decision trees, and based on these decision trees defines these groups that are, for example, loan is if a loan is less than 4,000 Ks, and bad, then bad is 88% chance to be defaulted. You can when you click here, you will see the explanation of the description, the selected response for automated explanation. You can see the screen factors. You can see the screening results, and you can see here in the screening results which variables were converted into category because, for example, they had few distinct levels. you can see the relative importance, the score of the relative importance of the factors. You can see anomalies if they have been detected by SAS Via. So we can go one step further very quickly, and from this object, if I click on the three dotted dots at the right upper corner, and I click on the Alt button of my keyboard, I can duplicate this on a new page, and I can turn it into a machine learning model, or some, for example, a decision tree. And when I click on decision tree, this creates automatically again the decision tree. You can see the decision tree with all the leaves and the branches and the leaves. If you scroll, you can click on a leaf and you will see the results for this leaf. You will see again the variable importance based on the decision tree, which variables were the most important predictors of whether a loan will default or no. You see various assessment criteria here, misclassification. So now you can adjust many things here. You can choose, for example, the criteria. For example, you can choose key as Eugene, or you can use misclassification rate, or as you can see here, there are many other assessment criteria that you can choose to assess your model. On the left side, on the right side of the canvas, you see you can choose options, and then you have many parameters of the decision tree that you can play with and change in order to improve the validation misclassification rate. For example, you can change the maximum leaves, you can change the leaf size, the predictor bins, and more. What I want to draw your attention to is this really cool feature of SAS Via. You can choose the auto-tune feature, which is again a feature which is automation feature of SAS Via. When you click on it, you can set up for how long this auto-tune can run. You can see the maximum number of models, and you can choose what hyperparameters to auto-tune. And when you click on auto-tune, the algorithm and the artificial intelligence of SAS Via will run through all these hyperparameters, and it will it will deliver the most optimal combination of these parameters in order to minimize the validation misclassification rate. This is again a great feature for you to come to the best analytical result. And once you have created this model, you might want to deep further, and then you can create a pipeline directly from this decision tree object. And this, when you click on create pipeline, this will take you to Model Studio, where it will create a pipeline based with all the preparation steps that we had here in the Visual Analytics, and all the settings that we have for this decision tree. So it will create this interactive model pipeline, where we have various nodes are the various steps in the analytical in the model creation. If you click on the left side, you will see the different types of nodes that you can work with in Model Studio. You have data mining processing nodes. For example, for various pre-processing tasks like anomaly detection or feature extraction, imputation, replacement, text mining. You can include very easily text mining in your pipeline. Variable selection, etc. You have various supervised learning model algorithms that you can use to create your models. You can use ensemble models to improve to create a model based on all the other models in your pipeline. You can also even choose to add a SAS code or open source code where you can put R or Python code in your pipeline. That this is it is so easy to integrate open source code in SAS Via. Once you have this pipeline, you may decide to add more pipelines. So if you click on the plus button, you can create a new pipeline and you can name it however you want. You can put some description and you can choose to start from scratch, or you can browse ready templates, which are in one repository called Exchange. So you can choose, for example, to start from an intermediate template for interval target. If I click on this, and then I click Save here, this will populate this template of a pipeline. It has imputation, variable selection as pre-processing, but also have several supervised models. I can choose to replace this supervised model with other model, for example. And this is, for example, what I have created here.
Stefan, sorry for interrupting you.
Yes.
We should be finishing in theory 1 o'clock, but since it's a special case and we can carry on, and you will stay behind, right, to answer some of the more questions. So if you don't mind, I will answer another question right now about the SAS administration. I'll take over the screen briefly. Then I will mention what's going to be happening after this. And then we will do the soft closure of the event, but you will be able to carry on to answer any questions and finish the demo. Is that okay?
Yeah.
All right, great. Then one of the questions that was asked was about administration. I will do the screen share. And now you can see, so the administration is not part of Stefan's demo, but it's in managed environment, which is SAS Environment Manager. The important part, if you have seen the discussion in the chat, the administration is completely different in terms of there is no microservices management here, but it's still online interface where you manage the users groups. It's now connected to LDAP. In our case, it's connected to the open LDAP. And the data management permissions, security happens here completely connected to the external security provider, identity provider, can be connected to LDAP, can be connected to Azure Active Directory. The full services manageability, for example, the full API is available through rules, where you can define any number of profiles and what they can or cannot do. There's really much more to cover here. I wanted to touch briefly on visibility of it. We use Lens, and this is what our Lens looks like, where I could see the pods, I could see their existing status, how they're running. I can navigate to any issues of them, instances, settings, passwords, configuration. It's also, we use Lens typically to monitor the cluster overall. So if I go into the nodes, it gives me a view of which machines are currently running. I could see a high-level view about how they're doing in terms of resources, the cluster overview, any particular errors, and so on. So the administration now have changed. The same information is available in many different ways. We also have another log workspace created as well, where logs are collected and processed. So we are out of time. We will definitely do another session to focus a little bit more on deployment and administration, as that is also very popular. It was great to see so many people turning up. Before I finish, I want to, before we go on with the event, but in a slightly reduced format, I want to mention about the next meeting that we have, and that's going to be on 7th of April. Joe Lomas will be presenting to us, and he will be talking about making sense of proctabulate. Jonas Bilenas, my apologies for the name confusion. Jonas Bilenas has a lot of experience in SAS, over 25 years of experience, I believe. So he will be able to explain a lot about proctabulate. And we will schedule the future events as on Suzuki, as well as through MySASteam and Analytium portals to dig deeper into Via, dig deeper into the administration and deployment of it. So before, Stefan, you take back over, I wanted to say big thanks to you, Stefan, for organizing this, for preparing a very good demo, very detailed demo, very hands-on. That was great. So thank you very much.
Thank you too.
We will publish, I think this recording will be very useful. So we will definitely save it and publish in our YouTube channels. And then the links will be published on a meetup site and distribute with our next round of invites. So on that note, Stefan, I'm going to make you host, as I'm going to have to drop out myself. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Vasily. And we can carry on.
Yep.
Show some more things that I have created here that are very nice features of SAS Via. Then everyone can just log into the platform and try. Do the same exercise or do different things, and I will be here if anyone has any questions regarding the demo and the features
of people
SAS Via.
Successfully already logged in and experimenting while you were presenting. So there were people logged on and working. Yeah. The floor is yours. You take over and start presenting the screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me share my screen again. So back to SAS Model Studio, where I wanted to show you how I just showed you how you can populate a template of a pipeline. But if you want, you can replace nodes or add new nodes. For example, I removed the stepwise linear regression, forward linear regression, and instead of them, I put the forest and decision tree supervised learning nodes. So, and why I'm showing you this is because you can create your own pipeline, and after that you can share it, save it to the exchange, and where everyone in your team can see this template, this pipeline, and they can use it in so they can work with it on the same project or in other projects. This is another way to collaborate with your colleagues. And on the left side, you can see the exchange button, and this will open the window with all different templates of, here you see they're divided by nodes or by pipelines. So for example, if I click on the data mining machine learning pipelines, and you can see my template, the template that I created and I saved here. Yeah. So everyone in my in Analytium can access this template and use it in their projects. I also added advanced template, which has more pre-processing and more, in this case, not more pre-processing, but more models. For example, SVM, neural network, gradient boosting, ensemble also. And here I want to show you a few how you can work with the different nodes. If you click on the forest, for example, node, on the right side, you will see a pane where you can adjust the different settings, the different parameters of this model. You can again perform auto tuning, which will free you a lot of time, so you don't need to find the best parameters on your own. It will be done by the artificial intelligence of SAS Via, and after you run the auto tuning, you can you can continue actually with trying to find even better parameters of your model. Again, for example, number of interval bins or minimal leaf size, etc. And here, for example, the another great feature of SAS Model Studio is that unlike other software, SAS Via provides you with interpretability of models that have been that used to be considered as black boxes. For example, neural network or SVM. How you can do this when you explore the settings of parameters of the neural network node, for example. At the bottom, you will see model interpretability. And you can choose the different plots that when you run the model will create this model interpretability. So you can know which variables were most influential to predict whether a loan will default or no when you use this neural network model. And I just added these parameters to the node, and I need to run again the pipeline. So I will run while this pipeline runs. I want to show you another feature of SAS Model Studio here. This is automatically generated pipeline. SAS Via has the ability even to automatically analyze all your data and suggest a whole pipeline based on the analysis of the data. This is again created by artificial intelligence. How you can create an automatically generated pipeline? When you click on the plus button and you select to create a new pipeline, you see here this button, automatically generate pipeline. And you can set how long the artificial intelligence shall analyze and try to find the best pre-processing to do the best pre-processing steps and to select the most appropriate models with the best settings to come with the best model. So you can set the time limit, and also you have advanced settings. So you can choose, for example, what type of supervised algorithms to try, and you can also decide that some of these should necessarily be used by the automated pipeline. For example, forest or regression, etc. And this is how I created this automatically generated pipeline. Once all this pipeline, when the pipeline is ready, run, you can click on a model, for example, and expand and see the results of the model. Here you can see the error plot of the model. You can see the variable importance. You can see some score code and other details about the model. And you can also see more a lot of graphs which assess the model based on different assessment techniques. And one thing that I wanted to show that I really like about it and makes it easier for anyone in the organization to analyze these graphs. For example, if I click on the expand the ROC graph, here on the right side, you see automatically generated text. Again, they are the AI, another cool AI feature of SAS Visual Analytics. This text explains very well this graph. So even people in your organization, in your company that don't have very great technical expertise to analyze, they can analyze the graph thanks to the automatically generated text that explains the graph. Now I can close. Also, you can see the assessment of the model based on many assessment criteria. I can close this one. And I can go to the model comparison and see the results. Again, very well ordered in a very well presented manner. You see the different models here and the different criteria, how they scored against different criteria, and SAS Via automatically chooses the champion model based on the predefined criteria. So you can define the criteria in the project settings. And this, for example, our default criteria here is Kolmogorov-Smirnov statistics. So you don't need manually to choose the champion model. It's automatically chosen. Let me see if this pipeline has finished. Yeah, it is ready. And now we have several pipelines with different models. And I can go in the right corner here, and I can choose the pipeline comparison. This window will show which model from the many pipelines, from the many models that we have, is the best model. The champion model is the forest model from the SAS automatically generated pipeline based on the KS Eugene characteristics. As you can see, this is the highest characteristic among all these models. And below you can see very quickly again the average square error and the variable importance table, score code, other assessment graphs. So after you created many models and you see how quickly you can do it, you can register your model so you can quickly deploy it. I've done the registration actually already, but let me show you how it just with one click. You can do it with one click. So if you go at the upper right corner, the 3 dots, and then you click on register the model, and the model, this check appears here that showing that the model is registered. Once the model is registered, you can very easily publish it or manage the model or download the score code, download score API. Let me show you a few things about how managing models in SAS Via. Now I can click on Manage Models, and it will take me to SAS Model Manager. Okay, it loads now. So here you see again the model with the different the score code of the model, different files that helps you to very easily deploy your model in different destinations. You can see the variables that are created during the model creation. You can go to but you can see different projects if you click on the projects button. Now, because we just brought up this environment for the event today, we have this only one project here, and you can see when it was modified by whom. If I open this project, I could see the different models that I registered for deployment. And I can open this model again in this way. But when I'm in the project window, you see different tabs here. So you can see the history of the model, when it was created, when it was modified, by whom, on which date, the version of the project. So you have all the information to govern your your models and your projects. You can see the performance of your models depending. For example, you can see how, if, for example, if a project is in production now, in this tab, you can see how many observations scored, what is the pipeline, what is the misclassification rate, the recall, the false positive rate. So you can see in real time how your model is performing. But before that, actually, after you registered your model, you can run tests before you put into production your model. And for example, you can create a new test. You can name it however you want it. You can put some description, and you can choose the model, and you can choose an input table. Let's say we have new data in our business with new data, for example, for customers, and I can choose this data set. Okay. And you can choose the output data library, and you can run the test to see how your data model will perform before it's put into production. And you can see the results. For example, again, the output, the test results. So in the test results, for example, you see what are the results, the probability of a event of a loan to be bad. For example, we see that this particular case, there is a 91% of for the loan to be bad, and you can use this information just to create your business decisions. You might try to take some business actions to minimize this risk. And actually, pretty much these were the things that I wanted to show you today with this demo. And if you have any questions, I will be here, and you can ping me in the chat, and I can try to answer you. If these questions, if I don't have the answer right now, we will come back to you later.